The highway stretched endlessly ahead of me, a dark ribbon cutting through the vast, silent desert. My truck's engine hummed steadily, the only sound breaking the oppressive quiet. The night had a strange weight to it, the kind that makes your skin crawl for no reason you can name. I was tired, but not enough to explain the unease gnawing at me. That's when I saw it. I saw it. A shadowy figure, darting in and out of the edges of my vision. At first I thought it was my imagination, a trick of the headlights against the desert haze. But then it reappeared, moving faster than seemed possible, keeping pace with my truck. My grip on the wheel tightened. I shook my head, trying to focus on the road. It's just exhaustion, I told myself. Too many hours behind the wheel. But the figure didn't disappear. It was there, always on the periphery, a dark blur moving unnaturally fast. Then it surged forward, and my stomach twisted into knots. It was no trick of the light. Whatever it was real, and it was chasing me. I called 911, my voice trembling as I tried to explain what was happening. There's something following me. I don't know what it is, but it's fast, too fast. The dispatcher asked for my location, her voice calm but urgent, but I was too rattled to think straight. I could only stammer out that I was somewhere on Highway 50 heading west. Then it happened. The figure materialized ahead of me, a dark mass cutting across the road in a desperate attempt to block my path. My heart lurched as I slammed on the brakes, the semi's tires screeching in protest. For a terrifying moment, I thought I was going to plow right into it, but at the last second it shifted, darting to the side. I swerved hard to the right, forcing the truck onto the shoulder. The rig barely stayed upright, the weight of the load making the tires skid dangerously close to the edge of the embankment. My breath came in short, panicked gasps as I wrestled the truck back onto the road, but the figure was still there, now behind me again, gaining ground. It moved unnaturally, almost gliding, its form indistinct yet menacing. I couldn't make out any features, just darkness, like a shadow come to life. My foot pressed harder on the accelerator, the truck's engine roaring as I pushed it to its limit. But the figure didn't relent. It came closer, its dark form shifting and twisting as it maneuvered to cut me off again. In a panic-fueled decision, I swerved left, narrowly avoiding it. The truck fishtailed and I fought to keep control, my heart pounding so hard I could barely hear the engine over the blood rushing in my ears. Then I saw the lights. Flashing police lights, up ahead in the distance. Relief washed over me, but it was short-lived. The figure behind me shifted once more, veering off the road and disappearing into the desert's darkness. I slowed to a stop, my whole body shaking, and waited for the police car to approach. When the officer pulled up beside me, I practically threw the truck in park and stumbled out, my words spilling out in a rush as I tried to explain what had happened. But as I spoke, I realized how insane it sounded. A shadow chasing me down the highway? The officer's expression shifted from polite concern to thinly veiled skepticism. "Don't worry," he said, taking my statement like he was humoring me. "We'll check it out." I pressed him, trying to make him understand, but his dismissive tone made it clear he thought I was just another over-tarker seeing things. He sent me on my way with a promise to call if they found anything. They never did. Back at the depot, my buddies laughed when I told them, dismissing it as exhaustion or a hallucination from too many hours behind the wheel. They said the desert could play tricks on your mind, especially at night. But I knew better. What I saw wasn't a trick of the light or a figment of fatigue, it was real. That shadowy figure, unnatural and relentless, wasn't something my imagination could have conjured. It felt like it wasn't just chasing me that night, it was hunting me. Even now, I can't shake the memory. Every time I drive through the desert, my eyes scan the edges of the road, watching for movement, bracing for its return. The thought of it lurking out there in the vast emptiness, unseen but watching, gnaws at me. I haven't seen it again, but that doesn't mean it's gone. Deep down, I know it's still out there, waiting for the right moment to appear,